Hello, this is Lynn Matajan with Matajan's Herbals, and this is the third time this week in a row that we are doing a video, and we'll be doing one more tomorrow. The one tomorrow is going to be um, the continuation of today's. So, what we are going to do today is talk about manifesting. Manifesting is the act of deciding what it is you want, letting the universe know what it is you want, and then putting all the actions together in place, including your beliefs and belief systems and way of thinking, to create exactly what it is that you are looking for. Now, if you want to get some additional information on manifesting, there is a movie that is called, it's on DVD, and I believe you can actually download it from your computer. It is called What the Bleep, and it is a documentary with role play. So it's a group of people that went out and interviewed a bunch of Ivy League professors talking about basically quantum physics and how your energy can make changes in the life that you currently are living. It's an amazing movie. There's two. The first one was called What the Bleep, and the second one was called What the Bleep Down the Rabbit Hole. Now, the second one was actually the same as the first with additional scenes added into it. The one that I have is the initial one, What the Bleep. And every time I watch it, I see something different. And things that help me look at how I am driving my life and what I need to do in order to keep it going in the direction that I want. Now, one of those ways is learning how to manifest. And I think that you actually do not need anything to manifest except for your brain. However, we as people, as humans, work better with symbolism and with ritual in terms of how we do things and how we get things done. I don't have a dishwasher anymore, but when I did have a dishwasher, I would put the dishes in the dishwasher the exact same way every single time. It was ritual. The plates went in first, the glasses went in after that, the silverware was the last to go in, and they all went in the same spot that they always belonged in. If somebody was helping me do the dishes and they put the dishes in differently, it was very hard for me to not move them around. Depending upon who it was, I would just bite my tongue, or I would say, hey, you know what, this is the way I do it. But the act of ritual helps us calm down, helps us focus, and helps us take care of things. If you are like my mother, who absolutely believed that a cup of tea would cure anything, I would watch her, and you would see her relax the minute she reached for the kettle to put the water in it, to put it on the stove to boil. It had nothing to do with the actual cup of tea. What it had to do with was the taking control and taking steps to fix whatever the problem was. So if you simply by reaching for the kettle, filling it up with water and putting it on the stove, started her calming down. And it is, and to be honest with you, it does me too. It is, there's the ritual in the tea making. And it is, and it doesn't even matter what kind of tea. It can be an herbal tea, it can be a black tea, although not so much for me because I'm allergic to caffeine. But simply the act of taking a proactive stance and working to get your situation under control. And that's what manifestation is. Manifestation is taking a stance to get the situation under control. It's not hard, but it does take focus. Now, I told you what you needed today was a jar candle, either Scotch tape, pens, or glue. I've got glue, and then pictures. Now, what I did today in a few minutes was I actually went to Pinterest and I looked up um, sayings, quotes about health, quotes about prosperity, quotes about happiness, and quotes about self-worth. And that's what I decided I want to manifest. I want to believe in myself better. I want to be healthy. I want um, to be more positive, and I want to be prosperous. And so those are what I decided to do. Now, we actually did a similar uh, manifestation candle some time ago. And that's this one. That's why I have two out here. This one's already made. And the reason I wanted to show this to you is because it's made differently than the one that I'm making tonight. This was for prosperity for the store. And so what I did was I put, I don't know how well you can see here, but it is, what I've got is my business card with the address and the name of the store. Then I put paper dolls that I drew, stick figure paper dolls, all the way around the store, or around the candle, indicating that I want more customers coming in. There's dollar signs here so that I need to make sales and be more prosperous. And I have my broom because I want the energy cleared and I want more magic in my store. And so there it is. So tomorrow when I'm lighting my candles, I'm going to actually light both. It is, so I have one that is more geared to the store and finances, and one that will be more geared to my personal living situation. It is, I chose to use white. Now for this one, for the prosperity, I could have chosen to use a green candle because that would have been, green means prosperity, and it is, and so that would have given it a little extra boost. Now, a white candle is the presence of all colors. So if you don't know what color you need, white's going to do it for you because it's the presence of all colors. And why I chose white for this one was because I try to do more in the store than make sales. Okay, we try to help people with their problems, whether they be health problems, whether they be magical problems, whether they're relationship problems. At the very least, I am happy to sit and listen. And so I am trying, and I think I've done a pretty good job over the last 8 years of trying to build a community and a safe place where you can come and get help. Or you can come and give help. I don't know how many times people have come in and said, I don't know why I'm here, but I really felt the need to be here. And then a few minutes later, somebody else walks in that needs to see that person. One time, some time ago, I had 4 different groups of customers, 4 different families of customers come in. And one of the people said to me, I was just diagnosed with MS. And she says, and I don't know where to go and what to do. The other 3 groups of people in that store all had MS. They were in different stages. Oh, I was diagnosed a month ago, and this is where I am now. I've had MS for years, and this is what I'm doing. And we had a support group, an MS support group, all of a sudden, spontaneously happen in the shop. And so I want that to continue in the shop too. I want it to be a safe place. I want it to be a place where people can get help, not only from me, but from whoever they need it. And so for that reason, I chose white because there would be love, there would be communication, there is support, there is personal strength. All of these things come out of a white candle, as well as spirituality and health and prosperity. So when you're creating your candle, look at what it is you want to create. If it is a specific situation that you want to deal with, use the correct color candle. It is, If it's not, then use the candle that's going to give you the greatest depth of support. And I wasn't quite sure when I got my candle today, or actually I got it a while back, I wasn't quite sure what I wanted to put on in my manifestation candle, and so I went with the white. Now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to cut all of these quotes into pieces, and we're going to put them all on the candle. And I'm going to use glue, and as opposed to tape, because I think I like the glue better. It is the printer that I have at the shop has ink cartridges that are not widely available right now. They are, and I'm not quite sure why. There's a problem with one of the colors, and so I don't know if it's a COVID problem, because that's when it started happening, that I couldn't get the ink. But because of that, there's no red ink in my printer, and so everything is here today in green, which is okay as well, because green is the color of growth. And what I'm looking for right now is for all of these habits that we talked about to grow. So the green instead of the orange or the reds, it works well for me, because that gives it, again, another punch of energy. Now the plan is that I'm going to make the candle tonight, and then tomorrow, being New Year's Eve, that is when I am going to go ahead and light the candles. So what I thought I would do is go online again tomorrow at 7 o'clock, so that we can do a little ritual together and light our candles. This gives you the opportunity, if you don't have the stuff ready to make your candle today or right now, you can still make it and then be ready tomorrow at 7 o'clock. If you are, if you're in a hurry, you can go ahead and burn your candle tonight. I guess for me, my thought was actually that I wanted to burn it on New Year's Eve, issuing out 2020 and bringing in 2021. Well, I don't know. We may be using Scotch tape after all, because this doesn't, it appears that that's dried out. Okay, right back. I'm going to get the tape. Always assuming I can find it. Okay, so, success. I have the tape. So all I am going to do is take this and tape each one of these sayings. So this one says, I am about to receive more money than I could ever imagine. And so it's going right here. And the next one says, I am ready to allow miracles to flow into my life. This one says, I am prosperous, healthy, happy, and live in abundance. This one says, my thoughts lead me in the direction of healing, prosperity, connection, and grace filled experiences. I am, if you go onto Pinterest, you'll find a lot of these things, and I'll tell you, there were so many that I really liked. That was very wonderful. Another thing that you can do is make a gratitude candle. Now, I don't know if you have ever noticed this in the shop. There is a gratitude jar right inside the door, and it is, there's usually pens and paper there for you to write what you're grateful for and then to put it in the jar. Then what I do down the line is when I'm writing posts on Facebook, I didn't today, but I will usually pull one of the gratitudes out of the jar and I will write the gratitude, and I'll put the person's first name and what their gratitude is. Through the years, we've been doing this. I started out, actually, let me back up a minute here. I started out with the thought that I would do it during the month of November, Thanksgiving, and then that would be my new November tradition. Well, we had so many gratitudes that I've been doing it for 6 years now. And every time I post, except for today, it has been a gratitude. Well, what I started doing was sometimes the gratitude is about me or about the store. And I've been taking those gratitudes and they're pasted up on the wall. They're taped up on the wall right by my computer desk. So that on days when I'm feeling sorry for myself or a bit sad, I can actually look at those things that are on the wall and realize that yes, I am loved and I'm appreciated, and I'm very well aware of that. I think I'm going to take the next step because the ink is starting to fade on some of those. I'm going to go get a photo album, and I'm going to put them all in the photo album because I think we all need to have times when we recognize that we are appreciated, and you could take those appreciations and put them on here as well. So this one, the last one I put up says, make yourself a priority. This one says, never be a prisoner of your past. It was just a lesson, not a life sentence. I really like that one. And so that one's going up here. Now, anytime you make a collage like this, it's okay if some of them get taped over, put on top, and I've got more than what I have room for. This one says, I forgive everything and everyone who can possibly need my forgiveness in my past and present. I forgive everyone. I forgive positively everyone. I am free and they are free too. All things are cleared up between us now and forever. Now, one of the things that I've learned is holding a grudge doesn't get you anywhere except for indigestion. It is because you cannot be angry with somebody and be okay with the lesson. If you hate the experience that happened to you, you cannot love yourself. And so consequently, this is my goal right now, is to just let go of anything that I have ever held against somebody else, and recognize that it was a lesson and it needed to be learned, and so it wasn't anything that was necessarily deliberately done by the person that was in that experience with me, but it was the universe showing me a better way. When you focus on the good increases. That goes back to like a gratitude journal as well. So, and I've got 4 more to go on here. One says, create the life you can't wait to wake up to. And I think I am well on my way to doing that. This one says, trust the timing of your life. This one says, you are the most valuable investment you will ever make. And that talks to self-care. And then the last one is, always go with the choice that scares you the most, because that is the one that is going to help you grow. Okay, now we've got this almost done, and this is complete for tonight. What you will need for tomorrow night, for the ritual portion of burning it, is if you have some herbs that fit with what it is that you put on your manifesting list. So if it's love, it would be, you could be rose, or you could have lavender. If it is prosperity, acorns, or parsley is good for prosperity. If you're looking for focus, rosemary is going to be a good one. If you have some problems deciding on herbs, there are a couple of ways that you can go about it. One is you can just shoot me a message and I'll let you know what I would use. Two is you can go to Google and manifest magical properties of an herb, if you know what you're looking for, magical properties of rosemary, magical properties. Or you can, a good resource book is Scott Cunningham's Magical Encyclopedia of Herbs, or maybe that's the Encyclopedia of Magical Herbs. That's another way to go to it as well. And you're going to need a plate. Now, the plate is just there as a placeholder, so it can be any plate, and it doesn't have to be one that you never use again or anything of that nature. And what we're going to do is we're going to take the plate. This is not a plate, it's a tablet. But we're going to put the candle on the plate, and then we're going to put the herbs on the bottom on the plate around the base of the candle. That gives you additional energy from the candle, from your intents for what you put on here, and then from the herbs as well. We also are going to use some oil. So now, if you have any ritual oils, that will work. If you have cooking oil, that will work. And we're going to use the oil to put on the candle to dress the candle. And we're going to do that tomorrow just before we light the candle. So that's what you need for tomorrow. If you have any questions, let me know. I will be at the store tomorrow from noon until 5, and then come home and we'll do the ritual at 7. Now, I was reading on Facebook, and we all know you can trust absolutely everything that you hear on Facebook or that you read on Facebook. Although, to be honest with you, at this point in time, I will tell you that this one kind of makes sense. Whether it's true or not, I don't know. But it said that there is an Irish custom that at midnight on the new year, you're supposed to go open your door to allow the old year to leave and to allow the new year to come in. And I have decided, with the year that we have, I think we can do pretty much anything to make it a little bit better and a little bit easier. So I am going to be doing that at midnight as well. And I will tell you that if I think about it, and if you're awake, I'm going to probably go ahead and put it on live. I'll do it live, and I will tell you it'll be probably less than 5 minutes. It'll probably be less than 3, but if you want to do it with me, we can do it together, or we can just do it by ourselves. So my candle's ready. I hope yours is, or it will be, and hopefully I'll see you tomorrow at 7. Thank you very much for joining me, and this is the last day before the last day of the year. Take care of yourself, be healthy, be safe, and I'll see you tomorrow. Blessed be.